Hieronymus Bosch was a master during the Northern Renaissance and famous for his imaginative and surreal depictions of religious and moral themes. The late 15th century, when he was born, was a time of profound transformation in Europe. His surreal and often unsettling works invite us to explore a vivid and mysterious universe, bursting with symbolism and imagination. Bosch's work, like the Garden of Earthly Delights, blend fantastical imagery with rich symbolism and are essentially capturing the fears and beliefs of this era for the people in general. His unique style still fascinates and inspires today. Hieronymus Bosch was born in 's-Hertogenbosch, a city in the Netherlands, which is now part of modern-day Holland. His real name was Hieronymus van Eycken, but he is more famously known by the pseudonym he took, Hieronymus Bosch. He came from a family of artists, and his father, Antonis van Eycken, was a painter and designer of stained glass, which likely influenced Bosch's early years and exposure to art. He was born in his grandfather's very well-off household. 's-Hertogenbosch was known for its cultural and intellectual vibrancy, and his grandfather, Johannes Thomasson van Eycken, was one of the leading painters in early 15th century. He is said to have established a painter dynasty with 5 children, 4 of whom, including Hieronymus' father Antonius, pursued careers as painters. Bosch also grew up in a period of significant cultural and religious change in Europe. The Northern Renaissance made a shift towards more detailed and symbolic artworks, and Bosch's early years were deeply influenced by these trends. Bosch's childhood in the culturally vibrant 's-Hertogenbosch exposed him to a mix of religious expressions and artistic styles. These were elements that would become central themes in his later, more famous works. The blend of early influences probably set the tone for his unique and often perplexing art. His training was also rooted in the Gothic traditions, but evolved as he absorbed new Renaissance influences. This was setting the foundation for his distinctive, imaginative style. Let's take a look at 3 of his absolutely most famous works. The Garden of Earthly Delights, and it's a triptych renowned for its complex iconography and intricate detail. The central panel shows a surreal landscape where figures indulge in a variety of hedonistic activities among fantastical creatures and oversized fruits. This scene contrasts heavily with the left and right panels, which illustrate the creation of Eve, and the other one, the Last Judgment. So the left panel portrays the Garden of Eden with a serene depiction of divine creation and Adam and Eve's initial innocence. The right panel, on the other hand, represents a harrowing vision of hell, where sinners are subjected to grotesque punishments. And historians nowadays agree on that this was probably Bosch's moral concerns. The central panel, however, serves as a vivid exploration of earthly pleasures and human folly, represented through a myriad of bizarre and symbolic elements. Bosch's use of colors and details creates a dense visual narrative that critique human behavior and moral failings. The juxtaposition of paradise, indulgence, and damnation is a critical commentary on the transcendent nature of worldly pleasures and the consequences of moral and spiritual choices. The Last Judgment is a detailed portrayal of the final judgment scene from Christian eschatology. The triptych is featuring 3 distinct panels and illustrates a dramatic narrative of divine retribution and salvation. The central panel shows a chaotic vision of the final judgment, where Christ presides over the division of souls. The saved ones are guided towards heaven, while the damned ones are subjected to various forms of punishment. This panel is densely populated with figures engaged in both celestial and infernal activities. Yet another piece showing Bosch's fascination with the moral consequences of human behavior, according to religion. In the left panel, we can see the creation of Eve as well as the fall of mankind. It provides a contextual backdrop for the final judgment. The right panel portrays hell with graphic and grotesque depictions of punishment, emphasizing the torment awaiting the damned. This is yet again a piece where Bosch used intricate symbolism to show his moral and religious concerns for the human nature. So there's probably no surprise that the Hay-Wain triptych is based on the same theme that shows human vice and the transitory nature of earthly pleasures and the dangers with it. The central panel here features a massive hay wagon filled with hay, and it's being pulled by a group of people from various walks of life. This hay wagon is said to symbolize the relentless pursuit of material wealth and worldly pleasures, which ultimately leads to moral and spiritual decay. The people here are desperately trying to board the wagon, illustrating the human tendency to chase after material desires. In the left panel, again, we have the Garden of Eden and the creation of Eve, a way of sort of showing the initial innocence and divine intent for humans on this earth. On the right panel, yes, you guessed it, it shows a hellish scene where sinners are subjected to grotesque and really inventive tortures to emphasize the consequences of a life devoted to superficial pursuit. Hieronymus Bosch's visual and artistic legacy has a profound influence on the art world still today. His work, as we now all know, is characterized by intricate detail and surreal, unsettling imagery, has continued to captivate and inspire audiences long after his death in 1516. In Spain, he was actually admired long before his 19th century rediscovery and is often referred to as the first surrealist. His influence is evident in the works of later artists such as Peter Bruegel the Elder, as well as Salvador Dali. Bosch's unique expression gave a new way of interpreting spiritual and moral concepts, significantly impacting the development of Northern Renaissance art and long beyond that. In contemporary times, Bosch's works remain subjects of analysis and artistic admiration, and they are often cited for their psychological depth and originality. The renowned psychoanalyst Carl Jung even referred to him as the original discoverer of the unconscious. So his ability to merge allegory with surreal landscapes for sure continues to provoke thought and lead to discussions. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate every one of you enjoying the videos here. Please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss another interesting art video coming soon. Bye bye.